Woo! Awesome. We are ready and rolling, and this will be our third episode of Candela Obscura. The game that we are running is Arcana Antiqua. We left our investigators. They were in South Soffit. They were waiting in some of the dingy intersections, waiting for the last of their investigative circle to come and meet them back at the rendezvous point. Dr. Norman Koenig did not show up, though. So you guys, our investigators that are left, you guys are just standing, deciding what you guys are going to do next. The last sort of leads that you guys were given, there's like a shack that is down on the edge of the wharf that you guys got pointed to. And pretty much the day is yours. What would you guys like to get up to today?
I'm thinking we check out these docks, but what does everybody else think?
Yeah.
Just our character, we're all fully aware that he hasn't come back and we're like cool with it.
Are we cool with it?
I don't know if y'all are cool with it or not.
Well, I'll ask the GM. Do you need us to be cool with it for the sake of like story flow, or like can it be a point of contention? I've had
it can be a point of contention. You do
Okay.
not have to roll with this. This is definitely something weird.
Because we were waiting last
Okay.
time, because we were just waiting and no one was coming up. But basically, we were just like, oh, keep looking at the time. So if we're picking up from where we left off, yeah, Felix is still going to just be like,
In that case,
well,
I retract what I was gonna say and say, "Where the fuck's the doctor?"
He should be here by now.
didn't he say that he had someone to speak to, like some kind of informant or contact?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure he said he'd be back by now. So please tell me somebody else. He told somebody else where he was going exactly, or a general direction.
I think he went that way, but great.
I don't know if he actually gave you guys a direction. He said that,
Yeah.
what I remember is that he said that his contact was skittish. And I don't know if you guys asked did anybody ask him anything? Okay.
Felix definitely didn't.
And
Great.
Britton didn't because he thought he could trust them enough to like find his way back. Right, last time I made that mistake.
Wonderful.
All right. Do we try to find the doctor or do we proceed to the docks?
I mean, we could just pay another visit to our good friend Bridget and ask her if she has an idea of where he is.
I mean, we all got the same information of potentially where to go next. This little shack down on the docks. I'm not really too bothered either way. I'm just kind of here to follow along with y'all. You are the professionals after all.
What do you reckon? Shall we see what Bridget has to say?
Can't hurt.
Fair enough. But Felix, you're paying this time. I'm kind of tapped.
kind of he kind of like turns out his pockets. Nothing but cards.
You're not allowed to dress like that if those pockets are empty. Future reference. All right, let's go.
All right. So are you guys heading back to the market? Are you guys heading back towards where are you guys
I
headed?
think we're heading back to try and find the seer and ask her where we can find the doctor.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty. So you guys, let me get. All right. Can I get a move from whoever wants to see if you can just navigate back through everybody and see if you can find that corner that that woman's in?
I'm good at move.
Hell yeah.
I believe with 2 dots I roll 3.
Correct.
Mixed success.
Okay, doke. So you do end up finding your way back to the corner that the woman was in. And when you first see it, it's empty, but by the time you get back over there, she is sat back in her spot. And yeah, she just sat there sort of like looking up at you when you walk over to her. You again.
Hi again.
Hello.
We've,
Back already?
unfortunately, we are, down a person and, have no idea where they went. So we figured you would be our
Alright.
best option.
Well, I'll ask the bones for you. And she she just sort of like scoops him up, tosses him down, and she runs her hands over them. She feels that none of them are touching, and she just says, "Well, he's not here," and sort of chuckles to herself. And she then says, "It seems he's being obscured, and I don't. Yes, all I see when I go to look after him is mist, which is better than him being dead, but not great for you right now. So,
Fair enough. Thank you for your time.
I'm around."
Turn to everybody. Right, well, we know he's not dead.
Should we leave him a message at the meeting point and then head off to the docks?
Couldn't hurt. You got something no one else is gonna notice?
I mean, we just met the man. I know he's working with, well, patients, and he's a little bit weird. And he has a lot of sketchy contacts, but
doing this. Only one thing I can think of. Can I look for a used needle? Because
Yeah, sure.
What are you doing, Dad?
I'm putting a note inside a syringe. Now, the only syringe I've got on me is the one full of the emergency potion. I'm not pouring that out or juicing myself up just to leave a fucking message. So I'm trying to find a loose syringe.
Yes, you can definitely find one. I'll roll for your odds for finding a dirty
I felt
syringe
dirty
in the
saying it out
sketchy
loud.
side of town.
But it was the only thing I could think of.
You can find a dirty syringe on the sketchy side of town. You come across something that looks remarkably like, for y'all, it would be a petrol station.
Is that you and McGregor? All right.
This time it is.
Anybody want to write the note?
I'll do it.
Thank you. You got better calligraphy than me.
Okay, I'll write. Doc went to the docks.
Perfect.
I think it's spelled with a CK, not a Q.
Whatever.
Y'all write the note. And
I'll
you can-
remove like the because I think with the syringe, like if you pull the pump or plunge or whatever back far enough, it comes out. And I'll stuff it inside, and we go back to the fountain. And is there anywhere where it would look a tiny bit weird if it was like placed there? Like, not enough to necessarily draw attention, but someone were looking to be like, how did that end up there?
Yeah, there's this. It's like this weird, like, structural part of like the fountain, but it's just like enough of a ledge. You can stick it like right there at like eye level, and it'd be enough to catch and be like that. It is out of spots on purpose. Oh no, you're totally fine. I was trying to figure out if it was me. I was like, of course there's gonna be
It's Breton,
construction work.
Breton can't reach that spot, so his like arm is like extending.
Yeah.
Right, I think that's the best we can do.
Okie doke. A note has been left.
All right, let's head to the docks. Before we head off, Bernadette,
Yeah.
I come up to her. I think we both know I haven't been so good with me aim. Still getting used to it. Still getting used to this. I'd rather not accidentally waste any of our chances. So I just hand her all the shells, which I think is 12.
Yes, the dragonfire ones. Yeah.
I'll make them count.
You got something shooting with?
Do they fit in the Beretta?
No, they're shotgun shells.
Then no.
GM question. I'm down to my last 2 gear slots. If I just plonk the duffel bag in front of her and tell her to look for something that's inside it, can we use one of her gear slots, or will it still count as one of mine?
Oh yeah, of course.
Just because, like,
Of course.
I'm down to 2, but if you've got one to spare, I wouldn't say no.
Yep. Alrighty. Shotgun.
Yeah, you would pull
Nice.
out Brenton's old trench shotgun, like from the war.
Motherfucker, scary.
All right, shall we?
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so you guys are going to head off through this maze of walkways and stuff, and you guys eventually find your way to ground level. And then from there, it is pretty easy to just follow the like the petering out of this of the market and get towards the outskirts of the docks and this like industrial sector of the city. And you guys get towards this sort of like marshy, mucky, like wet outskirts to what the locals would consider the docks. There are some odd little fishing shacks and a lot of the boardwalks that like connect these places. It's sketchy and dilapidated, and some of them look like there are enough spots for like solid walkways, but it's definitely a good spot to go back and be forgotten. So you guys definitely think you're in the right spot.
Oh, was that too loud?
No.
No, it was fine. It just came out of nowhere.
Okay. Tell you what, I will still drop it down a half measure.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah. Drop it a hair.
okay. That one was at 50%. Dropped it to 25 now.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. All right.
As we're kind
start.
of walking.
Go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead. I was gonna say, as we're kind of walking through and looking, you'd hear Felix hum just like an old sea shanty, just in the style of just this area, like a whistle.
Swear to God, if that's well or man, Brenton will hit you in the nuts. Heard that way too much lately.
No. It'll be something similar to probably what's recognized as like a siren song, but just like a whistled version of it.
Now I'm just imagining it's the Hoist the Colors, like the soft version from like the very start of
It's the ballad, yeah.
World's
It's
End.
the ballad of Voice the Color.
Nice.
This man takes the queen from her bed. That one.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking for tracks or claw marks or anything of that persuasion.
Alrighty. You can give me anybody who wants to either survey, sense, move, one of those. You guys are more than welcome to give me a roll for those. What do you got in your head for Brenton?
My
Survey.
character sheet is not loading.
That
Oh, there it is. Well, if this is tracking, I assume this would be survey. So let's do that. Mixed success.
I got a 5 for sense.
Okie doke. You. Alright, so Brenton, you end up noticing, giving this sort of like the once over, you notice that there are, like deep, like dragging tracks that start. They kind of like, you can see that they do a wide loop, and you can mostly catch them just because they look like a great big like tear through this sand. And you know, looking at it, that like with how wet all of this stuff is here, this creature moved through here soon enough ago that things haven't filled back in yet. So probably within the past like 45 minutes, something big has like walked along back here. And Bernadette, you just sort of like close your eyes and like breathe into the air around here, and you can tell with a 5 that it is one of these places that is not this first immediate row, but like the next set of houses back, next set of shacks back. So you're getting, you guys are getting close. You can just move a little bit further along this whole jetty, but you get the sense that the thing that you are looking for that has that same feeling from the dining room is around here. You're headed in the right direction.
We're getting close.
Yep. Felix, scale of 1 to 10. How not helpless are you if I can't get to you?
If I'm seen, I'd say a 1. If I can hide, I'm a 12.
And how good's your hiding?
Decent enough.
Okay, good. Normally when I hear something like that, the rag pull is, oh, I suck at hiding or something like that, so it's good that, all right. Onwards. And stay behind me.
Let's go.
As we're kind of walking through, can I get a sense of if, you know, that kind of eerie feeling of being watched but not knowing where it's coming from? Can I get a feeling as to if we have any of that coming on? Because obviously we're 4 complete strangers in this area. We're kind of walking through. Like, clearly we have some kind of motive. I'm just seeing if anyone is kind of giving us side eyes or if anyone around is looking at us.
Oh, yes. So you definitely get that feeling pretty immediately from when you sort of moved from the space of like hustle and bustle of people shopping and stuff to this sort of quieter place. I think once you stepped into over here, you sense that everybody, everything, any of the eyes in any of these places out, they're looking at you just because you're here.
Okay. He'll just continue whistling.
Hello, Moose. Alrighty, and so you guys are going to keep walking a little bit ways back. Brenton, you are leading the way. If you want to hit me with another survey.
Are there critical failures in this game? Because I got snake eyes.
Oof. Okay. Yes, there are. Alrighty. So. Alrighty. You step past this, like, there's like this cluster of little houses. There's like these 2 little shacks. There's one on each side, and then there's like a boardwalk that goes in between them. And as you go to step onto the boardwalk in between these 2 houses, Brenton, I think you realize too late that tactically this is a bad spot for you to be in. And with that, Bernadette, are you right behind him?
Absolutely.
Okay. You guys, if I could get if you guys want to two creatures come out from like the shadow or the back of these places, and if you guys either want to move or do whatever you'd like to do this, you guys can roll something for it. If you want to just dodge these attacks, that's a move. If you want to catch and attack, that's going to be a control roll. So whatever you guys would like to do at this point. But Bernadette and Brenton, you guys are being engaged by these two lumpy humanoid creatures that just...
What are our odds of actually successfully dodging? Like, does it look like we have like a nanosecond, or does it look like we have a chance?
Yes. You have a chance to react right here. You just get this one moment though. So if you want to dodge, you can dodge. But if you want to see if you can throw yourself into this fight and get the upper hand, that's an option as well.
Okay. Realizing they're coming at us, I'm just gonna give them a big fucking target to basically draw their attention all towards me.
Okay.
I've been looking forward to this. Little spikes come out of each of my knuckles, and pink, the fist pops off my hand, so it's hanging from the wrist by like a 2-foot steel cable.
Fuck yeah. Alrighty, so I want either a control or strike from you.
Oh, strike. Definitely strike.
Okay.
And I'm going to spend a nerve on this.
Okey-doke.
I will take the success on the gilded one and get that nerve back. Not a critical success,
yeah?
just regular, but I rolled a 6 on the spike dice.
Fuck yeah. Alrighty, so this first creature, it goes to just bring a really meaty arm right towards your sternum, and you catch it, and with that momentum you bring it back for a swing instead. So you sort of take the brunt of that hit and let that then add some extra force to the mace swing, and that is going to make some pretty good contact. You notice that when it hits, it like makes this soft thud that like, that's not the noise that people make. It's
Fuck, it's like punching Nutella.
it's fucked up for sure. And okay, so for the second one takes a swing at Bernadette.
Okay.
Brenton, do you want to roll to get in front of that?
Yeah.
Bernadette, you can still roll to do whatever you'd like. It's going to be whoever gets the highest for what is going in now.
I will absolutely roll to get in front of that.
Alrighty, go for it. Give me a control for that, Brenton, and you can roll. And then Bernadette, whatever you would like to do, either move, strike.
I want to shoot that thing.
Fuck yeah, do it.
Is she gonna like paint the walls with like my chest cavity if I get in front of her? No,
We'll
I'm
see.
a good
Hey,
shoot. Don't
we'll
worry
see.
about it.
We will see.
Oh,
Depends
boy.
on what the rolls are.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out the shotgun and one of the dragonfire ammunition shells.
Okay.
And just take a shot. And that is a 6!
Oh, okay. All right. Fuck yeah.
2.
Okay. So Brenton, you bring that swing down onto the first one, and you turn to catch the second guy gearing up to move towards Bernadette. And as you are like getting ready to, like your body's tense and you are getting ready to launch yourself.
Like your body's tense and you are getting ready to launch yourself.
Sorry, my brain just turned off.
Yeah.
You are stopped. You're stopped by the percussion of the shell of Bernadette, pretty much hitting center mass with the Dragonfire bullet, and this thing. The Dragonfire ones. Are they just big magnesium slugs? What are they?
Let's find out together. Sorry, force of habit.
Yeah, I know.
It is.
I want to know if the physics are going to punch a hole or if it's magnesium bird
They
shot.
are pellets. It is magnesium. So it is pellets / shards. So the sparks and flames can shoot out to about 100 feet. I don't know how much like shrapnel or like solid metal hit connects. I think it's just the fire. It is just like 6,000 degree fire in a very narrow cone.
Okay, even better. Alrighty, and so freaking Bernadette Chambers one lets it rip, and it is this cavernous bit filled with just like jagged and like melting glass. And then the first one that is still dealing with you, Brenton. You did not extricate yourself from that, so he is going to try and just sort of grab your arm and pull just pull you. So it's then going to be you on the far end, the two enemies, and then Bernadette. It's just trying to push you out a little bit further and separate you. Alrighty. And you are welcome to resist, but you can feel that this is about to drag you a little bit. This is about to drag
he's
you
strong,
out and
Eddie.
take your spot. Yep.
Alright. Would that be strike or...
Give me strike.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let's just do this one normally. Mixed success.
Okay. So that thing ends up wedging you. Why don't you let me know what happens? It is trying to just pull you. It is trying to pull you out and try and take your spot. So how do you keep that from happening?
Just pull me out and take my spot.
Mm-hmm.
Does this thing look like super bleedy, or is it a little like? Do I look like I stand a chance of getting seriously like bleed tainted if I'm too close to it, or does it look a little bit more solid and?
This looks a little bit more solid. This reminds you of a thing called a revenant, and it is less bleed infecty and more it can wreck your shit.
Can I shove it into what sounds like an oncoming car?
Yes. Yes, for sure.
Sorry, guys. I will unmute. I just wanted to say I am here. Muting and unmuting might be a little difficult for me to do on the road. I can either keep it like this and you'll just have that noise, or I can mute and I might just be slow to respond. What would you prefer?
Either way, you are totally fine.
Yeah.
Whichever is going to feel better for you.
This is a dockyard. It sounds appropriate, like machinery in the background. Okay, so this is like a zombie. So this is like a zombie type dude, right?
Yep.
I think we're okay. If he's pulling me, I want to try basically retract the arm for a second. Pull, like, do like a wrestling move where I like sort of like roll it so that I go under his arm and I'm hugging him round the chest.
and then suplex, like literally go backwards and try to like throw him backwards so he like hits his head and like breaks his neck on the ground like behind me. I want to do like a full.
Okay, alright, hold on. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We want a move and then a strike to see how bad you can fucking suplex this little
baby. Okay.
golem, man.
Let's spend a nerve on the move, on both of them, to be honest.
Okay.
I will take the 5 on the gilded mixed success to get that nerve back, and I will spend it again immediately on strike to do the same thing again.
Hell yeah.
I will take the 6 not gilded, because the gilded dice roll a 1.
Alrighty.
So 5 and a 6, mixed success and a success.
Wonderful. So that one, both of your moves end up going off as you planned them. The weight of this weird little like golem revenant definitely plays into your favor when you go to suplex it. It sticks in the ground afterwards, and it doesn't move. But if Felix, if you want to roll, and also Odette, if you want to roll and see if you can hear, you can just hit a d6 and then let me know what the number is.
Oh, she would absolutely hear some madman yelling, "Say my name, you sack of potato-looking motherfucker!"
Okay, so you would hear that.
Okay, I think so. Odette's gonna, like, have her book out and be talking to this random person and go, okay, so when you saw the ghost, do you remember what it looked like? Okay, and she's just gonna hear the screaming and then just go like, it was a fucking cat! And they're just gonna turn around and start running towards actual screaming. With her notebook in hand.
Hannah, I can't hear you.
You muted, I think.
Oh, sorry. Is that better? Can we hear everybody?
Yep.
All right, good. Okay, so you come upon this scene that is a group of 3 men and a young woman. The young woman has like this really just like mean looking shotgun, and there's some smoke coming off of the barrel, and she is heading down this humanoid looking sand creature, and one of the other men is like up to his like mid thigh in sand and like is turning away from like pile that's behind him, and there is an older gentleman with a cane and a funny coat. And then there is another younger, handsome gentleman, and he is in a top hat and a pretty fancy, just like a pretty expensive looking outfit. And this is the scene you come upon when you get to this intersection. And Felix, if you got more than a 4, you are up next, my dear.
What would you want to roll? Sorry, because I had to cut out.
Just a straight D6. Let me know if you wanted to jump in on this.
I mean, to be honest, with everything going on, I think Felix is definitely one to just watch. But I got 5.
Okay, hell yeah. So if you did want to do anything...
Could I take this moment as well? Like, I think, just as because I'm going to assume that Walter's going to do the same, and is someone able to give me just a cliff notes just to catch me to the bits I missed?
Yes.
So to find out what it is, that would be great.
We're on the docks fighting some big old fat dude.
Perfect. I think that's all I needed.
that is the general cliff notes.
And they appear to be made out of sand?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something more human about them.
Does that remind me? I think you mentioned it already, but does this line up with the description of revenants that you told me about? That I pieced a few things together.
Yes, it does.
Session?
Yes, it does. Last session, it definitely does. You're like, I think I know these.
Okay, great, cool. I don't do anything, but I think I know what they are.
You're like, my research is correct. Yes. Wonderful.
Yep. My work here is done.
Okay.
Fucking amateurs everywhere.
Alrighty.
I don't know if Bernadette says that out loud, but Brenton definitely says that out loud.
Yeah, I'm saying that out loud.
Okay, I imagine that we say it exactly at the same time with like the exact intonation and like yeah, she's definitely his moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Oh, absolutely. Okay, so we're here. We are now out on the outskirts of this. You guys are in a sketchy little like fishing section of this like docks and marshlands, and there are all of these like sketchy little like shacks and shanty places, and you guys have just come into contact with these two lumbering revenants. They are made with the looks like they seem to be made of the sand tier. And Walter, from what you would know about revenants, these are probably just, you know, like sailors that got lost at sea, and these have been a problem down here. These aren't unheard of. Some people are known to have seen them, and Odette, you come and turn on to this scene, and you see one of these lumbering sand creatures, and it's got this melted hole in section where in its chest, where you would assume the young woman hit it with some sort of bullet because her shotgun was smoking. So this is the scene that you come upon. You were just asking that woman about a ghost.
Yes.
You're welcome to interact as you would like.
If they're made of sand,
think
is the whole like melted glass?
Yes, it's all like melted and sloughing glass that like is still a little bit warm.
I think Odette, in a panic, is gonna learn from another smart woman that's very brave, and she's gonna take out her handgun and shoot.
Now, the important question is she directly on the other side, and is there a risk that that bullet's going to go through and hit Bernadette?
Roll and we'll see what happens. Definitely give me a strike, my dear.
Knowing my luck, she's gonna hit me.
Well, shit happens.
It does.
Let me see. I have one circle, so that's 2 dice?
Yes.
Okay. And I really don't want to hit these new people because I have to talk to them. So I'm going to spend one of my drives so that I can roll 3 dice.
Nice.
That's a 5.
Well done. You get your shot off, and it sinks into this. It sinks into this creature, and this faceless. It turns. That's the only reason why you know that it is doing anything, because the head just turns 180 degrees and it looks at you. There's no face, but it turns, and you send your shot off, and it sort of staggers back a couple of spaces and stands. All right, who we got next? I think we're back up around to Brenton. Yeah.
The one I suplexed, is it still alive or?
No, that is done. That one is dissipating into
Cool.
the sand. You got it good.
The flail's back out. I want to try to take the remaining one's head off. Like, it rotates at 180 degrees. I'm going to make it rotate 1,080 degrees as it spins and flies away if I can get this enough.
Shit. Okay.
In fact, I do like a shot put type motion with the flail out, so it's sort of like the cable cracks like a whip, except at the end of the whip is a steel, like a spiked steel fist.
Sick.
So that it
Fuck yeah.
collides with the back of its head.
Alrighty, let's get a strike for that.
Let me just do this regular. Take the gilded, 5.
Alright, so you rock that off, and it does exactly what you wanted to do, and the texture and the consistency of this sand it's just enough so that it rips apart in a pretty jagged and wet line. And
I totally forgot battle music for this whole thing. Oh well.
that sort of just like slumps and sludges and melts on the boardwalk until it's just a pile of thick, wet sand once again.
Nice shot.
The second shot wasn't me.
I wasn't talking about the second shot, but nice shot, both of you.
Who are you?
Right. Let me just put my gun away.
Thank you, sweetheart.
You looked very cool with your gun.
Okay.
Thanks. You too.
Hi, I'm Odette Belmont with a D, not a T. What was I saying? Right, I'm a
Do I
journalist.
recognise that name?
And
I don't think you do.
Would I
You recognize Belmont with a T. I don't think anybody has any reference for Belmont with a D.
Okay, perfect. That's all I need. So not someone that
Alrighty.
might have come to the library at any point. Just completely new.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Now,
cool. So
maybe I'm getting
okay.
old, but I've not known many journalists to carry a gun.
Yeah, I kind of, okay, let me explain this to you, because I know it's a little bit weird that I carry a gun, but I'm pretty new to the whole, journalist thing, and I kind of get the bad gigs most of the times, and usually it ends up with nothing. Like, I was just investigating this old woman that saw a ghost, and then somehow went to the journalists, the press about it, which was so weird, and I was like, why would you do that? But turns out it was a cat. I spent weeks hunting down a ghost, and it was a cat. But in case it is a ghost, I like to be prepared, so I have a gun just in case, because I was raised right.
At that, Breton has a respect. Do you mind? He asks, just holds his hand out.
You want to see my gun? You're going to introduce yourself first.
Breton Hargreaves.
Because I just told you, my entire life story. And I kind of feel weird giving you my gun when I don't even know your name. What if you just turn around and you shoot me, That feels dangerous and not safe. Don't
Honey,
give your guns to
if I
strangers.
was gonna shoot you,
Okay.
I'd use something, and he holds his duffel bag out.
Oh.
And he drops it and you hear a clank, a very, a series of metallic clanks. If I was gonna shoot you, I'd use something in there. Secondarily,
Well-
Brenton Hargreaves, ex-Chimera Squadron.
Good for you.
For a journalist,
Valens,
you
Special
certainly
Forces.
seemed unfazed by what it is you saw. I know you said you have the more boring gigs, but you equally seemed less phased when you saw what you just saw. What is it you think you saw, out of curiosity?
But I really hope it wasn't a cat, because if I killed the cat, that would be awful. And what would I tell the old lady? Like, hi, old lady, I just ran away from you because I thought that your ghost was a cat, and then I murdered the cat. Oh my god.
Walter turns over.
Tell me I didn't murder a cat.
Walter turns and just like look, who's next to him at the moment?
I'd
Felix,
assume
I assume.
Felix.
Yeah, okay, then he's going to just kind of like turn over to turn to Felix and just kind of go, I don't think I can help this one.
Brenton presses on. Now, introductions out the way. Do you mind if I have a look and try and help?
Okay, I hand him my gun. But wait, what's your name? She turns to Bernadette. What's your name?
Bernadette.
Hi, Bernadette. I'm Odette. Oh my gosh, our names sound kind of similar in a way. That's so interesting and fun.
I really don't think we can help this one.
Wow.
Anyways.
Brenton actually looks at Walter for a moment and says, "You think so?" But Brenton's got different ideas. He looks at the gun for a moment. I just once, like I assume it's a revolver.
Sure.
Pops the barrel out. Using
Be careful. Careful though. The flowers are on there because it makes it look less dangerous and deadly. Just don't fuck with my flowers.
honey, been handling
Yeah.
these things since you were a twinkle in your dad's eye. Give me a minute. It's gonna be
Okay.
fine. Pops it back in.
Okay, just-
Using a couple small sections, I imagine, on the arm that have little nubbins that you can use as like a makeshift screwdriver or like need be.
Swiss Army arm?
Yep.
That's why I switched your arm.
exactly.
But like a couple like raised sections perhaps here. But basically, or even just with his fingers, like he'll adjust the pins slightly, tighten a little bit of here, loosen it slightly there, just loosen the hammer ever so slightly so it's easier to cock. There, flips it, holding it out to your barrel. I should stop it pulling to the left as much. That's likely to shoot a cat.
Okay, thanks.
Unless you're aiming for the cat, in which case, yes.
No, I
you'll-
don't want to kill cats.
And you'll be fine. And yeah, he hands you the gun.
So where are you guys going? I just finished the case. So what are you guys doing?
We're doing something kind of
Is
dangerous.
this for your next article, by any chance?
Grandpa, I couldn't hear you.
Sorry, I think I'm just getting something in my hearing aid. I'm just getting a bit rustling. Is this on the record or less so?
Alright, I'm currently not on assignment, so off the record. Unless you want it to be on the record, which is also fine. But then, I'd have to write it. So, on, off. What do you want?
Put the notebook away, sweetie.
Okay, I'll put my notebook away. Okay. So wait, what are you guys doing? Or are you gonna tell me off the record, of course?
I just looks
kind
with
of looks
everybody
to
else.
everyone else and kind of shrug. Yeah, and Walter kind of shrugs and he's like, doesn't seem as fussed, but he does say, well, we've already had a few articles about the attacks, I suppose, already, but so long as we're not drawing further hysteria, I don't see a harm in finding out if... are you from these parts specifically? You know the area well?
I know the area a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Well,
You ever met a girl named Ambrosia?
Would I know?
You know a few girls named Ambrosia. It's a pretty common name that people would pick up when they would come in town, and they'd get rid of it as they moved up.
Right. Can you be more specific?
a medium.
A medium named Ambrosia. That's kind of a really cool name.
It's a bit on the nose, personally, but...
That's true. But I guess everyone will remember you, you know. A medium named Ambrosia. Ooh.
You would
I'm
remember...
taking that's a no, then. Oh, no, sorry. I was going to say, yeah, I surely would know a medium named Ambrosia. Medium named Ambrosia.
So you would remember, you'd remember that there was a girl that was, there were a couple of dancers a few weeks ago that you read a story about, that they had names that were close to or Ambrosia, and they had, one of them had gone missing, another one had turned up dead. That was a couple of weeks ago, though. You did also hear from one of the other writers that in one of these like fancy houses, there was an issue at there's an issue at a party, and that's sort of when they start asking about names and stuff, that is that's the connection that your mind makes, is like, oh, I think isn't that connected to this? So so this definitely sets off a couple pieces in your mind.
I say all of those words, but add chaos. And I ended with, yes, I heard it from fucking Kevin.
As you describe it, you said the description you give. Firstly, Walter is kind of a bit kind of taken back how well that information has kind of already spread. Kind of disregards the fucking Kevin bit because he doesn't really know what that's about. But he will then say, interesting. I don't suppose you know anything about any of the other similar attacks that have happened in Candela of late. We are, let's say, at a disadvantage trying to solve one mystery, and as you seem quite well connected, perhaps you may be able to fill in some of the blanks for us.
Right. I don't know a lot about candles, but
Candela
I think Kevin
is...
yes, candles. I don't know a lot about candles. Kevin
Right.
usually covers that. So I don't. Kevin is kind of my arch nemesis. In you know,
A journalist
those-
with an arch nemesis.
Well, inside the building.
Now, that is a tale I admit I have not read before.
Okay, I'll write an article about it and I'll send it to you, okay?
To that, there's kind of like a soft smile, and he kind of like smirks, like, and this soft smile and goes, "Please do. I would be interested to see your writing style."
Okay, I'm hoping one day it'll turn into like an enemies to lovers thing, but not in real life. That's icky.
Right. So, to circle back, quite far back to what we're actually doing.
Right, I kind of forgot.
I figured. We are looking for this Ambrosia, or at least contacts that knew them. Or her, I presume. As we suspect they may have had a bit of a hand, let's say, in what happened at that manor. Okay. And our leads have led us here and to our, sandy fellows. And forgive me, you didn't quite... You alluded to hoping it wasn't a cat. It wasn't a cat, but do you know what it is you saw?
A weird thing. I don't know. I'm trying not to be judgmental, you know. Trying to be here with an open
Not be judgmental, but also firing at the thing you didn't understand. I that's fine.
Look, fire first, ask questions later.
The journalism way.
Look,
I'm sorry, I didn't know you worked for Fox News. Oh, Ian.
Just leave me here, y'all. Just leave me.
DM down.
I was just following the pretty lady's lead, and she shot, so I shot. Because she looked so brave and cool and pretty that I was like, I want to try that.
What, firing a gun? Have you fired that before? Is that the first time you fired that weapon?
Like actually at something? Not just a target?
Okay, so that's alluded to the yes I expected. Okay. Listen,
You guys are kind of judgmental, you guys. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just here trying to, like, have fun and be open, and you guys are all just, like, asking me a lot of questions.
Honey, I get the impulse to chase weird things.
Okay, cool.
But in our line of
weird,
work,
but cool.
weird things tend to rip people in half. So...
This is the concern. As friendly as you seem, I am wary of tag-alongs that may be at risk of what's the phrase in the military? Collateral damage. Have I got that right?
Close enough.
Right, but we just saw I shoot gun really well. I also can get you guys connected to Kevin, and you guys can talk about your candles.
So you have a direct connection to your arch nemesis. Have you ever thought of keeping your nemesis at bay? Or do you enjoy, like, he kind of looks to Phoenix again, like, he's just mostly flummoxed and just doesn't quite know how or why or what is even going on. And kind of just looks to Felix and almost like a pleading help.
I mean, Felix looks back at you and is just like, considering the situation that happened before at the bar where he took charge and obviously you're in the back, he's like watching the reverse of it now and seeing it just like nosedive catastrophically into whatever conversation this is. And Felix is just watching, huge entertained grin on his face, but also just like he's kind of like he's doing that thing of like he's doing that to you as in like, no, keep going, you're on a great roll, like we're getting somewhere, like we know
Okay.
about Kevin.
Okay. You get an exasperated look in response, but it'll turn back.
All right, we're wasting daylight here. You want to tag along so bad, Odette? Fine.
Yeah.
But you stay close.
Please, thank you.
Stay close.
Okay. Okay.
If we shout an instruction, please follow it. Follow it. It's in your best interest.
Okay. Yes, I will definitely listen 100%.
Have you ever played poker, Odette?
Hey, don't do it for my sake. Do it for your own.
No. I've never
Okay,
played
don't.
poker.
That's probably for the best. Okay, so
Okay.
good job, by the way.
Okay.
Just as an aside, DM question. So, from my knowledge of Revenants, admittedly from a bookworm perspective, are there any other, like, beyond clearly shooting the fuckers, are there any other ways to disperse or get rid of, and crucially, does killing them work? Or is this more of a temporary solution and not a permanent solution to what we've just come across? As in, is there a risk that these things are going to return and therefore come off the things that last off them?
All right. So what you do know is that when you kill them, there is a chance that they are going to be put down for good. There's also a chance that they could come back. You know that revenants are souls that have that essentially the drive to finish whatever they're trying to do is the thing that brings them back. So sometimes you are able to kill them and put them down with such a force that ends that cycle. Other times that drive will bring them back again. So it
and
is,
what were they doing when they came up? Just because I know I missed that bit. Apologies, everyone. Did they just appear and attack us out of the blue, or did we approach the figures and then they attacked? What was the how did the altercation start off?
We waded into their territory. I rolled snake eyes on my quote-unquote perception check, and they ambushed us. Okay.
The only concern I have is with these things. If they do return and they do have a habit of continuing with their unfinished business, we're still in the same place where we triggered that response. Either they were after us as their last wish before death, which I doubt, although so obviously in your line of work I'm sure there are many that may have rued your demise before you offer them, but how many of them would have ended up down here, I doubt many. But more likely they are trying to do something in this particular area, and we have not stopped them, but delayed them. How do we have any further leads beyond that we're in the right area for what or who we're trying to find?
I don't.
I'm going to, because we've been in this area for a little bit, a bit further now, I'm going to spend another intuition to ask a DM question. What path should we take?
Alrighty, so what path should you take? The path that you are...
Since we're kind of at a stage where we're in the area, we know this is kind of where to go. We've had a bit of time, and also since Walter kind of didn't he was watching mostly, but now he's kind of taking in the area we've got as well, to help us kind of get unstuck where to go next.
Okay, all right. So the path that you want to take, you start walking, and you sort of just let yourself get pulled in the direction, and it is a It is a couple rows of houses, these little shacks back, and sat off on its own, a bit removed from everybody. Is this bigger shack that is that could almost be like a boat launch, that is down on this like little homemade pier, and that is that's at the end of the path that you are led down.
Okay, so as I was saying everything I just said, I was kind of wandering as I spoke, like an old man going for a walk. But he'll kind of stop after about 20 or 30 paces or so, holding his cane and kind of almost tapping the brass handle on his forehead for a moment. Goes, "Oh, Felix, you said intuition. And I suppose that tells me once you're down the rabbit hole, where does the rabbit lie? But at the end." And he kind of then uses the cane and points towards the shack at the far end.
Alrighty. And when he points to that, Bernadette, Felix, you guys sort of get that feeling of cold air sneaking down the back of your snaking down your spine, up the back of your shirt. Just that sort of pull that you're headed in the right direction.
Don't suppose anything in that.
How dark is it now? Oh, sorry, go on.
It is getting towards sunset, so you've got just that, when you're looking at this, it's outlined in that, little bit of pink and orange towards the end of the day.
Cool.
Don't suppose you've got anything in that book of yours that could illuminate the situation, baby girl?
If you desperately want me to change the environment, I could do that.
Not proverbially, not I don't know, detect the otherworldly or...
Let's see what I can do. I close my eyes and I try to sense if there's something weird going on.
That's all above board here.
That's another 6.
Okay. Alrighty, so you settle yourself, you sort of settle that roaring in your head, and you just sort of breathe your consciousness out into this space and listen. And you can feel that beyond the door and in that shack at the end, whatever is in there is heavier than everything else that's around it. And when you feel that, for you, that is a sure sign that somebody is doing something with bleed. Whether it's that there's still bleed actively pouring into that space or something like that. But that sort of wet, heavy muck feeling is that something with bleed is actively happening.
Okay, as I sense that, I just kind of stop for a second, hold up my hand. There's some fucked up shit going on in there.
Atta girl.
Well, I guess we've just found our rabbit.
How would you guys like to go forward with this? Do you guys want to give this an initiative type thing, or are you guys still going to just try and stealth and figure some stuff out as you move closer?
Do I have my lantern still?
Yes, you definitely do.
Or actually, rather, Felix, did you return the lantern? Yeah, cool. I will snuff the lantern at this point.
Thank you, Duke.
Anybody need anything from the bag? Because now or never, it's only going to slow me down in there.
If you need it carrying, I don't think I'll be able to use much of it. But if it helps you with your own maneuverability, I'm slow enough as it is. What's an extra slowness? You know what I mean?
Brenton tentatively hands it to you just to make sure, like, you will not collapse if you try to lift it.
It's weird. So you'd expect that he'd almost, like, flip off into outer space as the hand, like, goes down and sort of, like, boomerang off. You can see that there's, like, whether it's a show of some degree or not, but he takes it fairly sturdily. Like, there may have been some strength left in him at one point, but he takes it. He struggles a little bit to kind of shoulder it, just kind of like with the logistics of kind of getting it over his shoulder, but he otherwise seems to be okay with it.
You get the like from Brenton. All right.
As gear is being passed around, I'm turning to Odette, and I hand her my ward, which can soak 1 bleed. You look like you need this.
Thank you. I don't have a gift for you.
Just don't die.
That's not the plan.
Would you like a bigger gun? I say to Odette.
Ooh, do you have bigger guns?
Oh my god.
We're going to be here all afternoon.
Brenton and Zips, what's your poison? Handheld, 2 hands? What are you thinking?
Handheld.
Do me a favor,
Okay.
tug my arm. I need to see how strong you are.
I hate to say this, I'm not a big fan of touching.
Alright, I'm gonna have to decide arbitrarily then.
Okay.
Out of character, how big do you want this gun to be?
It's not that big.
One anti-material rifle coming right off.
No.
RPG it
Brenton's
is,
flicking
boys.
through. He affectionately looks at his Taurus Judge, which is a revolver with barrels wide enough to take shotgun shells. Yeah, he looks at the back and is like, no, I don't don't want her shoulder to come out. And if so just to clarify, would this use my gear slot or the recipient's gear slot?
This will just replace her gun, so you're good. It'll even out.
Okay. I'll hand her a sorry, 1 second. I need to know the exact name. A Smith & Wesson 1917 triple lock, which is just a big old cowboy revolver.
Okay, see him.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Okay, everyone's ready.
All right, let's do this.
I go up to the door, and I just sneak past my dad. I'm just ignoring him. And I'm getting ready to open the door.
Okay. And everybody is going to post up outside, and you guys can all get prepared to... you guys are all prepped and ready, and you guys are getting in position to breach the door, and that's where I'm going to call for break. I need to run downstairs, and we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Cool.
Amazing.
Hey!
Hello everyone, we're back. We've unfortunately going to need to conclude it here for the evening, but you can join us next week at the usual hour, and we'll pick up... It's actually proper, as far as places to conclude go, this is pretty good. Big old
By the scary door and all that, yeah.
Exactly. Everybody prepping up, got their hands on each other's shoulders, ready to breach.
But we do so apologize, but never say never. Join us next week. And to kick things off, as always, our lovely GM. Hannah, do you want to tell these folks about yourself?
Yes, I'm Hannah. I am your GM for this Arcana Antiqua, Candela Obscura adventure. You can find me Rage and Babe Writing on most of the socials, or if you want to get to my writing account, I am Tardy Writer.
Awesome, possum. Tamara, would you like to take it away?
You can find me most places on the internet at mar_inated, except for Instagram and Threads, where you can find me at itsmar_inated.
Perfect. Alex?
I'm Xander Lee VA on the Clock app. You can find me there for some voiceover stuff. And yeah, next week.
Awesome, possum. Morse, the floor is yours.
Yes, via a service station, so apologies for that. No social medias, but as always, if you have those third-party content creators, do support them where you can. It's what makes these games as awesome as they are. And if anyone is able to support or knows anyone that's in that industry, do offer them the support, because it keeps the game going as great as it does. And that's all from me.
And last but certainly not least, our favorite Chaos Gremlin, Virla.
Hi, I'm Virla. I'm here on Sundays. And I also have Instagram. It's Virla.Louise with an E at the end. And that's me.
Excellent. And you can find all my cosplay content at Electrum_cosplay on Instagram, and you can find all the show's socials at DC30official on all platforms. And if you like this sort of content and you want to see more of it, feel free to join our Discord, where you can get all sorts. I should probably update that, because that does not appear to be working at the moment. But join our Discord. I will try to find a link now, unless somebody has one. For all sorts of shenanigans, memes, tips and tricks on how to flavor your campaign for an ancient Greek setting. Invite people, copy link, and we'll plop it in there. And we'll hopefully see you there. Cool. We'll sign off here. We'll do a raid in a moment, but quickly just say good evening to you all, and we'll see you next week. We're DC30.
Thank you all.
All right, let's do a raid. Ink the Cryptids live. So let's raid them. They're the guys who have those little slightly VTubery style animated Twitch. So I can have them open. Ink the Cryptid. All right, I got them open. So we will see you all. Bye bye.